2 bags of keto coffee, 120 pack of defining gel samples for $248 with a BV of 155. I mean, they have done it all. Now I will say this to you again, Australia, Canada, Europe, this would not keep me from popping up, but know that yours is coming, okay? Yours is coming, and we've got a target that is very, very soon. I'm careful to tell you guys the target date because y'all will hold me to it, and I don't want to let you down. I like to underpromise and overdeliver. So, number one, can you guys show a little love for our corporate team who put this all together? You guys, Kyler Pentecost had a ton to do with this, and he pulled Alyssa and myself and Kay and Pam and Bailey, and we had Christiana, and we had a whole team that was delivering stuff for this till midnight last night to have this ready for us to go because we need it for the end of the year because we still got 60 days left of 2019. We still have 60 days left. Couple other things that are available in there, from giveaway flyers to home delivery now available. What do you think that's setting them up for? Loyal customer. And all they got to do is text delivery to your number and boom, we're making the follow-up so stinking simple for you. It's a no-brainer. All right. I could go on and on and on, but I believe you should be hearing it from the pros themselves. And I'm super excited. Kay and Kyler and I did a pop-up. Actually, Kay did. We just went and tagged along. Kay did a pop-up shop in Florida last week, and we put some teaser photos out there. And she didn't really get to incorporate all the social pieces of popping up because we made her go under the radar, and she had all the things. That's where all these pictures are coming from. But you guys, I'm really excited about how this is going to help you build your business and close out 2019 as we get ready for our biggest year yet of 2020. So help me welcome to the stage our lovely hosts, Alyssa Wilbur, Kay Souter, and Tiffany Pasek.
So hard to put this together for you because we know that collaboration is so huge right now in our industry and in every industry. And I'm so excited to share the stage with you guys. My name is Alyssa. I joined this business at the age of 22 with $5 in my bank account. And I made a promise to myself that I was never going back to that life. So I hit the ground running. I starved my fears. I fed my focus. I made a decision every day to show up. And in 2 years, when Ambassador Diamond hit the Millionaires Club, but not only have I been able to experience the freedom of finances, but the freedom of time, the freedom to travel the world with my daughter, the freedom to give back more than I ever thought was possible, and the freedom to love myself today more than I could have ever imagined loving myself when I was only 22 years old. And I'm so excited to share the stage with Kay and Tiff. Kay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. This secret has just been boiling up inside of me, so I'm really proud of this. And I am Kay Dixon. At some point, Cammie is going to remember that. I've been married for 2 years, Cammie. And I'm proud of my last name, too. So I joined this business. I was 21 years old, so I can relate to Cheyenne because I was in college. And I have a degree in fashion merchandising, and so my background is retail and buying. And that's what I saw my future as until the economy crashed, and I was watching a lot of my friends get out of school and couldn't get jobs. And this was right in 2008, 2009. And after an extensive, incredible study abroad experience in Florence, Italy, I had looked at my life in a different way. My parents, because of It Works, were obviously able to provide my college tuition for me and that study abroad experience. And I had the aha moment of, wow, my parents have provided this all for me, but when I graduate, I don't have a dollar to my name. And so I joined It Works to create a future for myself and create a financial future for myself, which of course has now almost 11 years later blessed my life in the most incredible ways. I have 2 boys. Miles is 19 months and Kennedy is 4. And my husband and I are full-time home with them, and my husband's able to build his dream career as a full-time family. And I look at that little girl and I thank her every single day for saying yes to this business and putting fear aside and just chasing my dreams, because I don't know where I'd be today if it weren't for It Works.
Hi, everybody. Here and at home, I'm Tiffany Pasek. I'm from Berrien Springs, Michigan, and have been part of this amazing company for 9.5 years. And when we started, we were at the lowest of low in our life because we lost everything really with the economy collapsing. My husband had a traditional business, and we had tried network marketing many years ago. Actually, 26 years ago was our very first company. So Nina Moore, 50 girl, 50 nifty, and it's been awesome. And so my son is 10. My husband, we've been together for 26 years. We were introduced to this type of a business, and we absolutely just fell in love with it. We're like, oh my gosh, you can make money, tons. You can help people. You can have fun. You don't have like a boss, and it's not like a real job, but you have all the beauty of having an incredible income and lifestyle. And so that's what happened for us. We went ambassador in 3 years, Millionaires Club. It's amazing, and I just wish everybody to do the exact same thing. Oh, and I have to check my socks. They say I eat glitter for breakfast, and I keep freaking out that they're showing through my boots, so I'm just going to tell you. I got glitter socks on if you're seeing them.
I love your glitter socks.
I love your socks. So I want to know if you could raise your hand if you do build on social. So when I joined this business, I was a very successful blogger, and honestly, I was afraid to tap into social media because of my audience. So I built to Triple Diamond in 7 months, from coffee shops and vendor events, and no one knows that about my story. They think I'm just someone who came in building on social. I did build in person 7 months into my business to Triple Diamond before I tapped into the audience I had through blogging. So I want you to know that when I'm up here today teaching you with these incredible ladies, that we have experience in what we're teaching you, and we're giving you some of the best of the best. So get your notes out and really listen and pay attention, because you're going to miss it if you don't. And I don't want you to miss the wave of this pop-up, okay? So, I want to know, why are you ladies so excited about our new pop-up? Isn't it so sexy? I just want to keep like peeking over there.
Well, I also built online when I joined. So we didn't even have Facebook yet. I mean, Facebook had just come out, but Instagram didn't exist, y'all, when I started. So I remember going door to door, belly to belly, knocking on doors. Hey, could I come in and set up a little table at your shop and, cross promote you, and I can work with your customers and bring business in? And I would do that at gyms and salons and spas, and every Thursday night at Gold's Gym. I lived in Richmond, Virginia at the time, where I went to college. I didn't have school. Or class. So I would go to Gold's Gym every Thursday night, which was a mile away from my apartment, and I would set up shop. And that bled into so much business, you guys. And so in a very short period of time, I was a double diamond, making 5 figures a month. And so I was doing that all belly to belly in the homes and doing pop-ups and things like that. So I'm super excited about that, but I'm also really excited that Mom and I knew that this concept was coming. And well, I was sitting down to dinner with her. We were in Miami, and I have to share this incredible story with you. And we were at dinner, and this couple was sitting next to us sharing a massive plate of sushi. And I couldn't help but just be like, that looks delicious. And if you know me, I'm not one to be shy to create a conversation with somebody that I don't even know. And so we had started a conversation. It turns out that was the CFO of American Eagle that we were sitting next to. And so we had this phenomenal dialogue and conversation. And I just asked him, because my background's retail, I said, how is your store doing? Because Mom and I have been collaborating on this concept and thinking about this. And he said, well, our stores, our intention now is to break even. And my head whipped around, I went, what? And he said, yeah, because, in the stores, we bring people in, and that's where we build brand loyalty. And then they go online and they buy their favorites. And I had this, I see the aha moments. I'm like, that is what this concept of popping up is all about. It's about building brand loyalty so that our customers have a relationship with us, with our company. They can sip and sample and feel and smell and just experience us and our culture. And then they're more inclined to not only buy online, but buy more online from you. And so that conversation was obviously meant to be had. We were meant to be in that moment right there with him. And so just think about that as you all are going out and sharing this with your teams and sharing these nuggets with your team and going out and building having those pop-ups yourself. That's awesome.
So I'm so excited about both aspects of this because business-wise, guys, we did the same thing. I am not a big social media like builder in a sense of I create the relationships there, but that's not how I do a lot of the, I mean, if any of you see my videos, sometimes I'm a hot mess, like hair crazy and all that. So it's like, I wouldn't say people are drawn to me for that reason, but there is something about being with people belly to belly where they can feel your energy, be around you, feel your excitement. So I'm excited, number one, business standpoint, because for us as business builders, being in these people's companies and businesses, they're going to see what we do and realize this could be a second stream of income for them. Just realizing like, wow, what they're doing is having fun. This could be residual because salons like we've built in or gyms or personal trainers, their clients might be with them for a season. And that's it. And with It Works customers and their products that they can, create a business with residually, they can move anywhere in the country and the world and still be part of their income portfolio. And that is huge for a business builder. So that's number one for the DTs. But secondly, with people belly to belly, with customers, you guys, again, when people can touch, taste, smell, Nina said it, they want it. And we can do a lot more business with those customers because think of this. How many of you ate somewhere amazing in Boston while you were here the last couple days? And so when we go to a restaurant, we eat a meal, just one meal, and we're like, oh my God, it was the best meal ever. We walk out believing that everything in that restaurant is good. We're like, oh my God, it was amazing. And at the same token, if we walk in a place and we're like, it was okay, don't we kind of feel like, I don't really know if I'd go back to that. It wasn't that great. And so sometimes we have the ability to just get someone a product that might not be the one that they love. But when they can come to this and go, oh my gosh, I love that, that's amazing, how do I get it? They're just buying so much more, and we're going to change so many more lives.
Mm-hmm. And we had a conversation of being on our phones all the time and like staring into our phones and being on social media. I love social media. I'm going to be very honest. It has set me up wonderfully in my life. I love it. But people are missing the human connection. That's why now you're seeing bloggers who are doing meetups. You're seeing brands who are doing meetups because people they're like wanting that human connection. And I want you to understand this from a business standpoint is that if you really focus on what we're about to teach you with the pop-ups, this could set your team up or even yourself to go Ruby in a weekend or 2 weekends. You've got to understand the power of this. And like Cami mentioned earlier, the amount of volume that is coming in from being in person with these people, from them trying your products, there's nothing that compares. And if you do this, if you do a few pop-ups, that's going to equal about 60 days, if not 90 days of what you would be doing on social media. So think about that. Think about the power in that. Why are you guys excited for just the customer base when it comes to the pop-up?
Yeah, so I look at popping up almost like what you're doing on social with host to post, okay? So I look at the volume potential here, and I look at the influence potential and the collaboration potential. So think about this. You're doing your host to post online. That person is hosting that post for you, and you are reaching their audience through that host to post, right? In the same concept, you are going into let's say it's a salon, or in the sense of this pop-up experience that we did it at a local boutique in Sarasota. And so with that local boutique, now I have tapped into their market. All of the work that they have done to build that brand, to build that company, to bring in people to their store, to build their online presence, I have now tapped into that market. And you will too, just by them sharing on social, those people coming into that store and purchasing clothing that night or getting a treatment, hair treatment, whatever it is, that now you have tapped into that market in a different way. So it's the same concept. I look at it identically. It's just that you're doing it in person and you're building that brand loyalty. So you have a stronger potential to close with higher sales. I've always found that when I can walk into a home, and those of you that do parties, you know what I'm talking about. I can go into a home and I can have a party, and in 1.5 to 2 hours, I can walk out with $600, $800, $1,000 in BV. just from, 5 to 10 people being in that room, and probably a couple of distributors too. And so I don't look at this any differently by just being able to make those in-person connections and then signing up loyal customers on the spot, but also bringing that connection to social by them following you, getting in your inbox, then now seeing what you're doing on an everyday basis. So it's just another extension of what we're already doing, but I feel it's stronger in the development of connection.
And when we were talking, Kay, you'd mentioned, because we were talking about how excited we were for the Mom Guilt panel. Oh, yeah. And what that meant for you. Can you share with them what you told me? Because it was such an aha moment, you guys.
So last week I had this pop up. The next night I had to try it. The next night I had another sip and sample. And then that next day I had a 2-hour training, local training. And I called my husband and I said, a couple weeks before I had been in Phoenix to go to Phoenix and then to Virginia to do try-its. And I said, I'm not guilty when I'm on the road, babe. I'm not guilty. You know why? Because I see the lives that I'm changing. I can experience those lives being changed. And I know, Mary Beth, that you're nodding your head. You know what I'm talking about. It's like this incredible feeling. But when I'm on the phone, my phone at home, and my children are gnawing at me and poking at me and opening up my office door because they figured out how to do that and, popping their heads on a Zoom, I do feel guilty in those moments because I feel like I'm not being the best mom that I can absolutely be, even though that I know what I'm doing is so important. I have found that when I'm on the road and can experience your life changing and be in this room with you and experience the shift that's happening in your life, I don't feel guilty anymore. And then I can go home and fully be mom and really give them the time and energy that they deserve. So I look at this in the same way for you because I can accomplish way more in a 1 and 2 hour time frame in person than I find that I can online. It's just a stronger, deeper connection.
How amazing is that?
What was the question?
For customer-wise, why are you so excited for the try-its? Because I know you're doing a lot of these pop-ups, and the customers that you're bringing in, it's insane.
Yeah, it's it's a difference of, and again, not being a big social builder, seeing a picture of like a hair, skin, and nails, or the host to post with the cleanse. It's like they're getting to touch, taste, experience, and again, they know they're going to love pretty much every single product that comes to their door, through us. And in the beginning, being out and doing 1 night a week in a salon that had signed up with us, we would just do basically a pop up there, and that was our weekly. You got to get to it. And looking at my calendar, our calendars were just consistent. You mentioned something about a calendar today, and it's like you've got to have that consistency. And building to ambassador for us was 10 to 15 hours a week. But it was consistent because every week we were doing a pop-up, we were doing a vendor event, we were at an expo, we were somewhere publicly sharing, and that volume just builds so much faster. It's incredible. And that's how you build the big volume, the big numbers, I feel like, so much quicker. And I'm about efficiency. Anybody about efficiency and effectiveness? I know it's kind of green for me to say, right? I'm not really that green. But you just do so much in such little time. Yeah. And they love it.
So I'm going to share with you guys a few ideas because a lot of you, probably 90% of the room raised their hand for who builds on social. So I want to teach you how you're going to book some of these pop-ups, okay? The first one is, it's an app called Meetup. Okay? And these meetups are going to allow you to start networking with people in your local area. And it was so funny. We were talking, that used to be it's like a website that I had never I've never heard of it until the app. So the app is called Meetup. You can find people locally who are in business. It's just a way to network and to meet people. Okay? And I want you thinking, where do I feel the most comfortable? In what environments? Because you want to go into environments, you want to step into them with an amount of confidence. So if that is a boutique, I want you to focus on boutiques. If that's a coffee shop, do that. Gyms, do that. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But download the app Meetup. It's a perfect way to start connecting with people. And I want you to think of this as taking a step towards building a professional business. You're building a business. I want you to realize that. And you've got a network to do that. Next is downloading Bumble. I know it sounds crazy. Bumble, not for dating. We're not dating. When you download Bumble, you will see 3 options. You're going to see Bumble for dating. Maybe some of you need that. You're going to see Bumble BFF. to where you can meet other women in your area, you can connect with people, and you're also going to see Bumble Business. So you can create a profile of yourself, a nice picture of yourself. You'll talk about your business. Bumble for Business is how you can start networking with people in your area. You can start connecting with them by swiping. You will swipe with them. You'll start conversations. This is another way that you can start connecting with people. But also think about in some of the groups that you're in locally, because this is going to be something you do local. And then as your team starts to do it around the U.S., in Canada, you can start going to those as well. But we're focusing on building this local because there is loyalty in building a local team. And I can say that from experience. I think we have about 7 Ambassador Diamonds in like an hour radius from where we are. And so when you start to do this, you're going to start networking with people. If you're on a group, on a mom's group, I want you to ask specific questions. Great leaders ask great questions. And I want you asking, does anyone know of any vendor events around the area? What are your favorite local boutiques? Ask that in a mom's group. Ask that in just a town group. And they're going to start telling you boutiques that are in the area that you've never heard of, that you can start reaching out to. And in the PDFs that are along with all of this incredible material, we have a script for you that you are more than welcome to use when you are reaching out via social to these boutiques, to these gyms, to anywhere where you feel the most comfortable. We have a script written out that you can use to connect them to a pop-up. Okay? And it's so simple, you guys. If you want, you can use the script. You could voice record it. You could record a great video of yourself, like just you holding the phone, make it really natural. And you can do that, and you can send that to multiple people, the exact same video. But I want you focusing on where are you going to feel the most comfortable. You're going to be doing parties in people's houses. You're going to be doing, gyms, boutiques. And I want you, Kay, will you just share what a boutique pop-up would look like? Because you've done them and you have so much experience.
Yeah, so a lot like the pictures that they showed, when I started networking with the owner of this boutique, one of the things that I always tell my distributors is be the first person people think about when they're ready to join, and also be that person in your town. So it's important to me that not only am I making strong connections in online, but it's in person when I'm shopping at local boutiques or doing influencer stuff in my area, that boutiques know that I'm available and accessible and that I care about their business too. And so I had developed a relationship with a boutique owner. She owned a store in Sarasota called Modern Soul Boutique. I had developed a connection with her, and I said, hey, I was in there shopping one day for a friend actually, and I said, Holly, what do you think about us, just collaborating on a project together? Maybe I could just come on here on one of your busier nights and pop up and do sip and sample with your clients, and we can cross-promote. And she said, well, gosh, I think that would be a great idea. She pulls out her calendar, and we booked it right then and there. And so when this came up, we knew we were creating this. I said, Cammie, what do you think about this idea? We could do this there, and it just all came together. And so, when I asked her about why this was important to her, I wanted to know, and I wanted to read this to you guys. I wanted to know from Holly why it meant a lot to her for us to collaborate on this project as well, because I thought it was important to hear a business owner's perspective and not just mine. Do you guys want to hear this? She said, I love helping women, making women feel beautiful, but that starts from the inside out. So collaborating with a company that focuses on making you feel good from the inside out means so much to me. Pair that with beautiful clothes, inspiring minds, and women supporting women, and you've got the perfect night. Also, from a business perspective, since I am so new, it means a lot to me to collaborate with like-minded people on a similar journey to get my name out there and also to help inspire me to continue to pursue my dream. Isn't that amazing to hear her perspective? So that was so easy, and then asking her for that, it's been so great. She's been sharing stuff on social about me, so they're going to share stuff on social about you. And then 2 days ago, I was at Soma, the laundry store, the lingerie store Soma. Y'all familiar with that? Underwear. They have the cutest little underwear that doesn't move on your bottom. And so I went in there with my mom to get some, honestly, and I pulled out my Confianza out of my bag. Funny story. She goes, that works. I said, what works? This? The Confianza? She said, yeah, this works. A friend of mine on social, somebody that I started connecting with on Instagram, sent me a sample. After she bought something, and I said, what?
Will you explain to them kind of what that looks like doing it at a gym?
Really what they shared here, and it's the products that we feel are most relevant to like where we're going into, and I feel like obviously coffee, who doesn't love coffee, hydrate, so make it more about that atmosphere. You know, they might not be someone that, well, they really want all our stuff, truthfully. So, I mean, they're going to be somebody, but I think, you know, keto energy, whatever we want to pop in and do is what we've been doing. And it's just, again, getting it in their hands, getting it in their mouth, letting them touch it, try it. They're going to want to get it. And I love how they've done all these little signages about the follow-up, because follow-up is still going to be key doing this, you guys. You know, they're going to connect with you. And although they may not sign on the spot, that's okay. A lot of people do, which is great. They're like, oh my gosh, how do I get it? But at the same token, if you're connecting through social, you're building those relationships wherever you are in these locations. It's our job. This is a relationship building business. It's not a one-time sale. It's not a one and done deal. It's like we are building relationships. They're going to watch us, follow us, stay connected. And, you know, just like they said, we want them to be like, oh, you got to talk to my girlfriend Kay. She's got this fat burning coffee. Like, we want them remembering that we took good care of them. We cared about them no matter where they are, and just be important in their life.
Yeah.
So I didn't really answer the question, so let me finish that really quick. I got excited. But I do want to share with you, so at the event, what I love about this table is they've made it so easy. That tablecloth is like waterproof. Like literally, if you spill anything on it, it just like wipes right off. I love that. So when you set this up, you can easily bring your own table, or sometimes even Alyssa said that a lot of times a business will have their own table that you can say, do you have a table that I could use, or should I bring my own? And then all you have to do is bring your stuff. And so at the boutique, we just sampled. We went around, anybody that was shopping, would you like to try some collagen? Would you like to try some fat-burning coffee? And a lot of times they had heard of it, but they hadn't tried it before. And so they were so quick to try everything that we had. And then what was so great is they were so quick to follow the instructions on that paper. And they were following me on Instagram. I said, so to enter my giveaway, I want you to send me a quick follow on Instagram and a message that says free. And I will follow up after the event, because I know we're busy here, and I will send you instructions. And after the event, I went to each person that had messaged me free, and I asked them to host a post for me for an entry. And so then I got host a post out from every single person that was at that event. So now I'm not only reaching the boutique's audience, I'm reaching every guest's audience. And it was so easy for them to say yes, because of course, what do they want to do? They want to win something. And they want to win what I have, and that was just a wellness pack. Simple wellness pack. And you can do whatever you want. Collagen, keto coffee, greens, reds, really whatever you have in stock at your own house. And so it was so great and quick to get their information, and now you have all that great follow-up and new following on your social. So how would you like to go out and build your following on your social platforms while also doing in-person events?
So when it comes to social, whenever you guys start doing these build-ups, I just want to walk you through kind of what that will look like, because this doesn't mean that you're leaving social. This means that you're going to be tapping into both and maximizing both. So as you're leading up to your pop-up, and this is a reason why boutiques and gyms, they will absolutely collaborate with you. If you've noticed, a lot of bloggers are creating lines with stores. They're going in because they want to tap into that network as well. So you have a network that you can bring, and they're going to also give you their network. So whenever you're going through this conversation, you just want to make sure that you're announcing that you're doing a pop-up. I would do this about 5 to 7 days before your pop-up. Create the buzz. Do it on a Facebook Live. Do it on your stories. Make a post. Have them share it as well. Make sure that you're tagging them in it, showing them lots of love. So you're going to do that leading up to the event, okay? I recommend doing 2 to 3 posts, really being visible and really creating the hype, inviting people there via social. When you're at the event, you want to make sure that you're sharing the behind the scenes, sharing where you're at, tagging the location, record people trying out some of these products, show how excited you are, how simple this is. This is so incredibly duplicatable. It's almost mind-blowing that you can set this up, and all of this information, everything on these papers, it's don't complicate this. Everything that you need is right on that table. So the material that you're able to print off, study that. Get confident talking about it. Get confident in knowing that these are the products that you have on hand, and start doing what Kay and Tiffany are doing, and just tell them, hey, add me on Instagram, add me on Facebook, message me free. We'll enter you into the giveaway, okay? And as you guys are doing this and you're showing whoever you're partnering up with, you're showing them love, they're going to give you love right back. And it's something that you could even walk out of there with a partnership to do something monthly, or to do something even weekly if you wanted to, however that works for them. Do you have so many ideas of where you want to be doing this at?
You know what, when it comes down to this, I think that when it comes down to booking and collaborating, do we have anything last minute we say before we have a little bit of an announcement?
Wow, who's excited?
Are y'all excited? So we thought Cammie, we kind of begged her, and it was not hard. We said, listen, what about some sort of contest wrapped around booking pop-ups? What do you think about that?
So we know it's going to take a minute to get your stuff. That's why you're going to want to do it immediately. I just want to reiterate again, all these documents are in the document eSuite library. You literally download that document, links to get the banner, links to get the Amazon cart. It's all right there for you, but you do have to take a little time to read through it. All the scripts, not just to make an ask, but to also do some follow-up. And you can do that all right in your Connect app as well, because it says text delivery. Now you have their phone number, they can go and connect. I mean, so many of these things just bridge together because we want to keep removing barriers. All right, so shall we announce our pop-up shop challenge?
Yeah, let's do it.
You're gonna want to move on this. You don't have time to wait, all right? So what is a pop-up shop challenge? Right now, the pop-up shop challenge is being offered for the month of November, all right? In which distributors who host a pop-up shop are eligible to win some prizes. What are we gonna win? Well, I'll tell you in a minute. In order to qualify for the pop-up shop challenge giveaway as an It Works distributor, you must host a pop-up shop event sometime between now and November the 30th. Post a photo on Facebook or Instagram. We're giving you both platforms. Distributors can qualify on Instagram by posting a photo of their It Works pop-up shop, tagging at It Works headquarters. Guys, this is in your eSuite document library. It's already there. You can read all the rules, all right? So what will you win? Because that's all we care about. The first 50 distributors that pop up, and that only means you have to show the picture and do the tagging, you're going to win the It Works apron, okay? All distributors, that means everybody's a winner that hosts a pop-up, gets a wrap reward credit at the end of the month, a product reward credit, okay? And do I have any rubies in the house? Do I have any distributors here? Do I have any emeralds here? How about diamonds? Doubles? Triples? Okay, you're always asking me how you can get on stage at conference. Well, let me give you one way that if that matters to you, and I'm talking to you watching live with us as well, if you want to secure a spot on stage at Conference 2020, be one of our top 3 pop-uppers through this contest period, and you will win a spot on stage. And so Yes, 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 yes. And those details will come. So, and those product rewards will come right at the end of the month as soon as you're done doing it, because we know you need the product to keep getting out there and popping up. So, how about that to add a little gas to the fire? Here's what we know. We know some of you have some things that we didn't even think about, and we're all going to be learning together as we go out and do this. But like Cheyenne mentioned earlier, you don't know till you try. And if you're not willing to try, then you're not willing to grow. And we're giving you all the tools, and you just got to go out there and put some work to it. And I'm telling you, whether you're selling samples, gathering customers and distributors, making new BAM FAM, I think we learned earlier, booking a meeting from a meeting. You can book a pop-up from a pop-up, you know. All those things are going to help you move your business forward, and this is going to be a game changer as long as you participate. So, ladies, thank you so much. Give them a round of applause. We would have played your theme song as you came up to stage. I really can't sing, but you guys have to help me with this. They call her Margarita. Listen, we are so excited because we get to take some time right now to do some recognition of some movers and shakers right in this room. That's why I'm loving these smaller events, because it's helping us connect with some incredible rock stars right in the backyard of this Boston, Massachusetts area. So, Margarita, who are we gonna recognize?
Wow, I am super proud, Kimmy, to be calling these girls over here, because they're representing the global community, Canada, US. It is just amazing. But let's start with them. And please stand up and give them a huge round of applause. They're representing many teams as well. So you guys back home, make sure that you also shout out for these girls. Okay, Gis Betancourt, come over here. Maite de la Rosa, come over here. Brittany Grimes. Karen Poy. Run, guys, over here.
Way up here.
Parent.
We called your name. Make your way up here, please. Get up here, ladies. We'll make room for all of you. Okay. Steps to success. Every month they're promoted. Some of them have promoted 3 and 4 times since she moved. And shaker, showing up at events, modeling the right behavior. And so I'm
when I was 20 years old. I just turned 24 last month. Since before it works, I was a double major, psychology, education.
I'm going to make you move over here. We're like squishing. Boom. I was like, what a great statement. All right, go ahead, Margarita.
Not sure because of it works.
All right, guys, I'm gonna do this in Spanish and then I'm gonna translate. Hablando, y mi nombre es Maite de la Rosa, soy presidente Diamond con la compañía. Llevo 2 años en el negocio y antes de una familia, aquí la tengo conmigo. trabajaba en Cuba, mi mamá, mis hermanas, y ese es mi gran porqué. Crédito, me falta otra parte, pero lo voy a lograr. And that's my biggest why I want to dream. You know, and
Good. I just and the courage that you're showing by speaking. And tell us where you're from.
thank you.
Miss Pamela, and I'm from Quebec. And I started It Works because I wanted to lose some weight, and I've lost 30 about it. Every time about my coffee, and then dollar of them. And I can have, I think it's important. To be the product of the product.
Yeah, I have 2 years and 4 months in the business. This my husband Yeah, I have 2 years and 4 months in the business. This my husband works all the time. We only see him on Sunday home. Our kids are in a beautiful place. They have a meses en la compañía. Antes de It Works está en nuestra casa. En sueño, mis hijos tienen un lugar grande para correr.
How about you, Margarita? But I am so, I appreciate you very much. She said, I'm going to do it in English. And she did, and she shook the whole way. They're getting like away.
Yeah, my first language is French as well, all around the world. And
with because if it works, I'm me. I'm Audrey. I just want to say. The first time I went, never give up. Just never give up.
Do the same, English and Spanish. And quiero decirle que estoy sumamente so happy for tan orgullosa que trabaja las mismas horas que trabajaba antes, lo mismo. Vinimos a este país, I have for the first time. And then to a hospital, and he don't need to be having less in our life.
And how you
This business for totally a different reason. Most people, a lot of people, 5 pounds. I went in and I told them, don't tell me what it wasn't working. I wasn't losing any weight, well close to 30.
Still skipping, huh?
Pounds. So I've debt just this year.
The trace logging out.
A lot of people, 5 pounds. I went in and I told them, don't tell me what it wasn't working. I wasn't losing any weight, well close to 30 pounds. So I've debt just this year. I don't get emotional 1 hour a day. I would get him off the bus, and now I have an 8-year-old.
It's amazing. Story.
Okay.
Never get old.
Thank you. Works. I just celebrated 2 years. I was 10 months into my recovery from a very ugly so I tried the products first, and really good friends and having a really beautiful community.
It's a collective 50 pounds. We've paid off my finance. Is my husband and I, we spent gosh darn every day. A little less than he was making. So grateful to be here and proud to call this home.
Wow. Well, give it doing.
All right, thank you, everybody. All right, you guys, we are so excited for the pop-up shop. Yes, so excited. Have you guys learned something today? Cool. I think we're excited. We're going to introduce to you guys right now some top earners. Morgan Martin, are they coming? Oh, there they are. Look, Emily Worsing. Where's she? There she is. Okay. To earn points. What about you guys? Points? How many of you guys have points? Margaritaville and the points. And so we want to ask some tips to earn more points. We know that it's earning more points. I don't know about you guys, but I want to earn more points. I love working this business and a vacation doesn't suck. So let's hear from Joel and Stephanie Dunn. What is some ways that you guys are building?
I know that, to do this, we need to sign people up and help them get to 400 and get to Ruby. And with everything that we have, with the pop-up shops, with everything on the product, did you hear all these amazing product results? Product results sell product. And so if you're getting them on a product, about it, they're going to buy more product. They're going to sell those samples to get to 400, which leads to Ruby, which gets more points. And challenge yourself. I think that, for being a top leader, you think, oh gosh, she's just going to get there. No, I know that anybody can get into this. And one to learn. I don't want to be the smartest in the room. I actually want to go learn from people that are out doing. So
it was like pin drop quiet. Even the internet shut down for a second. It was like, what just happened? Guys, this is how you get points. You ask people. Literally. Just like getting people to join your team. How do you get more points? You ask more people. It's funny and people are laughing because you know it's true. You've got that one person that you haven't asked yet. That could be the person that puts you over the edge to get you all the points you need to get you on this trip. So what is holding you back? The second thing is, do you know how many points you want? Do you have a points goal? Look at where you're at right now and go, okay, I have a points goal for the end of this month, and now work it backwards and figure out the best and fastest way to get to those, which we know is getting rubies. So how many rubies could you build this month to catapult you to a trip of a lifetime? You want to know why it's of a lifetime? Because of a lifetime means you get to hang out with people that are going to teach you things that you've never learned before, and it was free. Who doesn't like free trips? Guys, go out, talk to as many people. It's a numbers game. That's why there's points, numbers. Just go talk to lots of people.
I love it. You guys taking notes? That was great. Thank you. All right, Morgan.
Okay, so for me, I think this has really pushed me for duplication because I enroll pretty easily. Obviously, I put in a lot of work, but that's something I'm comfortable with, I guess I should say. So for me, it's now turning around and teaching my team, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I need you to go out and I'm going to show you how to do those things. And so I could enroll distributors all day long and help them go Ruby, but I can't help 7 people go Ruby by myself. I need to teach them how to do that themselves too, and how to enroll their own distributors and how to get people to 400 and help them do all of those things. So I think for me, it is getting people to Ruby, helping people hit that rank, but then along the way you're earning points whenever you sign distributors, when you get those people to 400, because the Ruby gets to 400 too, so you get points whenever that happens. So it's just continuing to show them not only what, or not to just do it yourself, but to show them what you're doing and teaching them to do that. And it's really been just crazy because now the work that we did last month is getting us really close to popping like 15 new ones this month. And so I'm glad that they extended it because it's that extra little push that they needed just to say like, hey, I can do this. So I just want to encourage you really quick to don't count yourself out. I know there's so many people in here that are like, okay, like it's too far, I only have 30 days left, but I was that way back in 2015 when they first did the cruise. I was a Ruby on the cruise to Mexico, and I just was determined to do it, and I made it happen. So I don't want anybody, if you're a Ruby or a distributor, that doesn't mean that you can't go. You don't have to be a top earner or a presidential or anything like that. So put in the work and you can get there.
Woo, I love it. Yes, let's shift. You guys get on.
I want to feel for our viewers at home, make sure that everybody's getting seen. All right, we're good.
Okay, so my biggest tips for you guys, as soon as they announced this trip, I was like, okay, I'm going and I'm taking everyone on my team with me. And I feel like the biggest thing that we just did is just enroll new distributors, just getting new blood. And that's been such a big help. We utilize Instagram host to post on our stories to sign just as many distributors as we can. And it doesn't stop there. It's just utilizing the new pop-ups and everything that we have to get those distributors to that 400 club, getting them to enroll their own shopping sprees, enroll their own new team members, and just helping as much as we can just to produce more 400 boxes, more rubies, and then above. So that's probably the biggest thing I can say.
All right. Yes, I love it. Emily.
All that they said already. No, just kidding. But honestly, guys, just get to work. And I feel like, I'm very red, but I'm very yellow, so I am competitive. But I feel like sometimes I get in my head, right? So I guess my best advice, one thing is, don't start comparing yourself. Kind of take a step back mentally and just get to work. Again, start asking people. And then you can focus on points. Where are you getting the points from? And it's from duplication, like they said too. So focus on steps to success. Teach your new distributors how to get their first 4 loyal customers, and then get excited about it. Get excited about them becoming a qualified leg, because then you both get them within the 30 days, right? And it's just really about being excited. We're promoting it with our team, once a week, and we're just jumping into it because it is it's kind of it's a long thing. So sometimes people fall back a little bit. Be excited, have fun, get to work, just like everyone is just saying. And again, don't compare yourself, because every single one of you can be there.
Woo, I love it.
All right, so I know it's a crazy concept, but the whole contest, you guys, has been built around the simplicity of the business. It's the duplication, it's the building blocks, it's the steps to success, it's helping people get started, right? We want to be doing that all the time, but this time we get to do it, and we get to go to Margaritaville for it. So, okay, so you guys know you're building points, right, for this contest, but we've also told you that we are going to be doing some drawings for people who have gotten points at all, right? So if you have points, you're entered into a drawing, and there are going to be names that are drawn for people that will get to go to Margaritaville. So even if you're newer, even if you're just getting started, like somebody just said, don't count yourself out. You could have that opportunity. So what do you guys think? Do you think it'd be fun to do one of those names today? So let's do this. If you have any points whatsoever towards Margaritaville, would you please stand to your feet? Wow. Online too. Stand up. Online. Yep. Get out of your chair at home. Okay. This is crazy. I'm like trying to see up there too. Yeah, everybody. That's so great. If you are a Ruby executive and distributor, have a seat. Where's our diamonds and doubles and above? Emeralds? I like it. Okay. Everyone besides a double diamond. If you're a double diamond, stay standing. Everyone else, sit down. Ooh, who is it? That's a lot. I love it. I love it. I love it. For those online, she's wearing a hamburger hat, I think, and a Margaritaville shirt. She's ready. She's ready. She's ready. I love it. If you are from Sarasota, Florida, stay standing. I don't. No one? Oh. All right. If your name is Kelsey Hammond, would you come on down? She's like, I don't know how to get down. Can you come down? She's coming from the top. All right, keep it coming. Let's be excited for Kelsey. You know, while she's coming down, you guys, I'll share this. This trip to Margaritaville is just an incentive for working your business. And I'm sure many of you guys were like, okay, she said that, and then she said that. Oh, yep, and he said that, and the same thing and the same thing. Success leaves clues. And if you guys work this business, fill out your steps to success, you can go to Margaritaville. And to be completely honest, I haven't looked at my points. Numbers scare me, but systems surprise me. And for me, filling out my steps to success has been awesome. And that's all. That's how I made it to ambassador. That's how I make it on every single trip, is just completing those steps to success. Do we know where she's at? Uh-oh. Somebody helping her out? Here she is. All right, give it up for Kelsey. Come on up. All right, Kelsey, how does it feel?
I want to throw up. I'm going to cry. It's like a mix of emotions right now.
Well, congratulations. We're so excited that you get to go. Why don't you just share what's one thing you've been doing to get your points for Margaritaville?
Not allowed to touch the microphone. I'm sorry. Just being consistent every single day and working my business and just doing my steps to success. You know, just asking, like Joel said, literally messaging and talking to people about the products and the business and just doing what I'm supposed to be doing and leading my team from the front and pouring into them and just making sure that I'm talking to all of my distributors like one-on-one and mentoring them as much as I can and just helping them get their customers, their shopping spree, enrolling their distributors. I'm literally just doing everything that, you know, my enroller Cassie Westland has taught me to do since day one, so. Give it up for her!
Yes, get up here. Let's get a picture.
to start getting a little more excited when I go on stage. They've actually put me in charge of announcements all day long. So when I go to stage, you go, oh my gosh, there's an announcement. And you stand up and you go, ah, what's the next announcement? So let's practice that, all right? I'm going to walk up on stage. Here we go. That's how you get ready to receive some big news. That's how you get ready to receive some big news. Okay, so anybody, all right, you know I just turned 40 this weekend, and I'm actually admitting it. And for the first time in my life a couple years ago, I had to actually really start watching what I was eating, you know? And I've done low carb, and I've done paleo, and I've done yeast free, and I've been doing keto, and back to low carb, and it's just like this constant battle. But does anybody just have like that thing that you want to have all the time, but it doesn't ever seem to fit any of those diets?
Pumpkin pie.
Did she just say pumpkin pie? So, I'm curious, if you could cheat on anything, what would be your cheat? Yell it out to me. I got French fries. Pasta! Mexican food. That's where I'm at. Combos. I just heard combos. Well, I know you're sitting here and you're like, ugh, why is she asking us about our cheat? I can't do anything about it. Well, I got some special guests I need to bring up to the stage, and I'm just curious, Joel and Stephanie, what would you cheat on if you got to have a cheat? You got there, Joel. Stephanie, what would you cheat on? Ice cream, I see that. Just so you guys know, Stephanie and I didn't get to really choose, but Joel is like, pizza. And if you follow him, you know he's doing that all the time. So, you guys, I want you to know that a lot of times you can't have your cheat day, or you get a cheat, you know, once a week. I want you to know that starting today, you can have your cheat. I'm so excited to announce to you guys the newest product in the It Works line, starting in the US right now. We'll get to some of the other times that can happen in our other countries here in a minute, but let me introduce to you our It Works Carb Control. Joel and Stephanie, why don't you have a seat with me? Because we're going to be here for a second. I know some of you are like, okay, that sounds cool, but you know, like, how does that happen? First of all, I want you guys to know that this product will be $39 loyal customer with a 30 BV and a $65 retail price. And I want you to know that this product is friendly for any lifestyle, low carb, keto, paleo, vegan, whatever you're eating, this product is going to work for it. And I know the question that, well, let me just put it this way. I'm sure you have lots of questions about, okay, now we have Fat Fighter, and we have Carb Control, and we have ThermoFight X. So which one do we use when? Well, I will just say this. Fat Fighter works on the back end. Remember, you take it up to an hour after. But Carb Control works on the front end. So you want to take it about 30 minutes prior. Okay? And Joel, did you want to say anything about that? Because Joel was already going through my papers and like looking at all the documents that were being provided in the eSuite.
Yes, so all of the documents and all of the nerd information is in eSuites currently, so make sure you go look at it. But I got something right here, hold on. You guys were outside asking me all sorts of things, and look what I had the whole time. Yeah, it's called Carb Control, Dual Action Complex. But guess what? We have a new triple threat now. Did you just hear that? We have Carb Control on the front end, Fat Fighter on the back end, and Thermofite TX every day.
To work on everything else in between.
Oh my gosh.
And we have a document that fully supports that, you guys. So especially for those people that really want to see the differences or why you need all three or why you would want all three. And to me, this is very helpful, especially for a non-green like me. Right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just reading all the ingredients, guys. I'm sorry. Man.
He's very
this is
distracted.
Amazing.
All right, so we got a couple things for you. I need to make sure. So what I love is you're still going to eat right? We still want to talk about eating right and teaching people what it looks like to make good choices. But I love this product because it's like we can have our cake and eat it too. You know, we're gonna make healthier choices, and we're going to move in the right direction, exercising and so on and so forth. But a product like this, you don't know how many hidden carbs are in the food you're eating. There's so many hidden carbs. And, just a simple question, is it vegan? Yep. It's also non-GMO, soy-free, keto-friendly, and contains no artificial flavors or colors. All sorts of clinically proven facts about ingredients are on this document, and I love how many of you like to use those in your posting and your educating.
You know, when we were in France, we might have saw it a little bit earlier. If any of you spoke France, you might have caught it. But talking to Kinsey, what she was so excited about is the clinical studies behind this are even greater than TFX. So are you excited for that? That is where, we get to do that. So just think what we're going to be able to do with the carb control. So I was just super pumped about that.
I love that. And okay, so let me talk to my Australia, Canada, Europe, because we're always thinking about you too. We do have target dates for this product, and it is sooner than later. There is always regulatories and there's always health things and hoops that we have to jump through. Obviously, it works as Brent bringing products out much faster than ever before, and sometimes it takes a little longer in other markets, but it's coming. And I would even dare to say a target as late as the first quarter of next year, but I'd love to say even as soon as maybe still this year. So let's just know that they're coming, and you got so many other things that we can go to work with. But would y'all like a promotion around this?
Yes.
And where's Canada? I know you're in the house today. Where's my Canada ace and Australia, Europe, everybody at home? We're talking to you too. We've got a promotion for all of you. Here's what we were thinking. Wait, before we do this, I'm going to make them wait a minute. Joel, we have a new product. Is there anything you would encourage us to do to go out and take advantage of this as we're closing out 2019? How might you go out and grab more customers with a product like this?
Guys, this is the most unbelievable product launch timing ever. We have something that helps with carb control. In America, what's happening over the next 2 months? All the carb consumption for the entire year happens in November and December. So you are going to have bottles of this handy that you are going to bring to every family gathering, every Thanksgiving Day event, every Christmas party you plan to go through. We couldn't get it in before all the candy, but guess what? You still have all the candy left over for Halloween, so we'll allow you to include that in this promo too.
That was good. That was really good. You know what though, guys? If this were my table, there would be situations where I might keep it just this, but there might be situations where I've got my little triple threat set out here so I can show people we have other things too. So Beauty Works, it works, or maybe I love the defining gel that's part of the sample pack, but should we announce it or should we wait a little bit longer?
Give it to me.
All right, I want to give it to them, but I also know you've got a great tip to give them to, teach them how to use this promotion to the best benefit they can. I'm afraid they're not going to listen.
So what do you want me to do?
No, you're right. I better give it to them. She's like, I'm going to give it away.
You guys know I would tell you yesterday. This is the problem. They want to go because I'm so red that I'm excited. What it's going to do for their checks.
By the way, if you have people that are not watching the live stream, I would text them now and say, get on the live stream or start watching our pages where this product announcement is going to come out and this promotion. But think about this. Let's start with the U.S. Let's think about this. This is a product that everybody needs. Everybody needs it. And they're going to use it every single day, especially in the holidays. So if they're using the product, we know they're going to like it. We know they're going to see results. Why not do the business? So what if they joined the business and we threw in the carb control for free?
Yes! A little bit louder. Are you excited for that?
I mean, I love it. We've got something for building volume. We've got something for bringing in new team members. We've got this new way to go out and build so we can keep growing that network. What about Canada, Australia, and Europe? So since we're waiting on carb control, how about we do this? You drink your keto coffee every day, right? Every day you're drinking your keto coffee. A day does not go by where you are not going live or drinking that keto coffee. So the next time someone is interested in your keto coffee, or maybe it's a good reason to reach out again to the ones who are drinking it every day, because why wouldn't they want to get paid for drinking their coffee? So starting now, I believe, I say that loosely, when you sign up a new distributor in Canada, Australia, or Europe, they get a free bag of keto coffee. How about that? So just a little fun to put in there. And Stephanie, what are you thinking that you want everybody on your team doing right now? Because we know most of these people are on your team anyways.
So, yes, I love that. So I get excited. It's duplicatable, this business. So we all should be talking about this. We're going to get the product anyway, right? So I asked Cammie, what is the retail? So how does a top earner think? And I know that's a lot of it, is what are you going to be doing with this? So to get it out to the masses, I love this, you guys. It's $65 retail. Always talk about retail price because they want to see the value and the savings. So adding that carb control into that kit gives it almost another push of another 65. You got your website at 20. All those products in the kit that we already have. It's a $200 value that they're getting. It's like 50% off to get the new starter kit. So we can talk a little bit about that. Like, Gal, you're going to get such great results with this carb control right now. We're coming into the best time in the business to join. Get in before the wave. People want to lose weight. They want to make money. You're going to be learning along the way, and you're going to be ahead of the game. This is why everybody should do the business and get started, because what if that just completely changes your finances for good? Not only your health, but the finances. So that's how I would be talking about it.
I would be reaching out to everybody that I'd ever talked to before that maybe the timing just wasn't right yet. And I would say, or specifically somebody that's drinking the keto coffee or the Fat Fighters or the ThermoFight X, and they haven't said yes to the business yet. And I would say, this is so up your alley, it's a sign.
Yeah.
I would say that, and I don't feel bad about it. I believe it's a sign. And my sign would be, it's time to join. Get some, everybody's out spending money, and I can help you make money and pay cash for Christmas. So that's what I would say. I'd just be very direct, say, here's your sign. There was a song or something about that at one point. But anyways, okay, moving on. I'm excited. Anything else you want to add? We actually did good, so.
Yeah, I was looking at time. No, just be excited, you guys. It Works has done such an amazing job of just bringing the product out to us this year, constantly filling us, giving us new tools and more ways to just follow up quickly month after month. So I think it's your time. I'm excited for it. Thank you, Mark, for constantly just reloading us every single month. So we're going to make you proud, Mark. I know, speaking for all of us, you're going to see sales go through the roof. I'm a little concerned about back order. Actually, no, we're good on the product. I did find that out. So go sell it. Actually blow it up and do that.
All right, I love it. Thank you, guys. Some great things to do leaving here, and I love when we get ideas, but if you do not have goals about what you want to accomplish when you leave this building, you're leaving everything up to chance. So we're going to follow this up with our next segment. Can you help me welcome to stage our host, Brittany Hayes, and her team, Cheyenne Nickerson, Stacy Rapp, and Amy Trin, so we can talk about how to set some goals.
this panel. All of these ladies are Rockstar Loyal Customer Enrollers, and we're just so excited to talk to you guys about how not only are we consistently enrolling our loyal customers, but how we're establishing a connection with them and how we're building that loyalty with them. And so my name is Brittany Hayes. I'm Ambassador Diamond. I absolutely love talking about enrolling customers because I'm just such a firm believer that, you know, we can enroll all the business partners in the world, but if none of us enroll customers, then we're not going to make any money. Customers are the meat and potatoes of our business, and just establishing that, you know, incredible relationship with your customer is going just to build such a solid foundation with your business. From the month that I went executive to the month I went ambassador, there was only 1 month that I didn't enroll an average of 30 customers a month. And what I did to do that was just from the time I went executive, I just discovered if I can keep things so simple, then I can consistently do this over and over. And before that, I was overcomplicating things. And so I'm so excited to share those tips with you guys and for you guys to hear what all of these lovely ladies have done as well to simplify enrolling customers with their business. So first things first, Cheyenne, if you want to get us started off with, you know, we know we have so many incredible products, but what is your, you know, just most effective way to pair your potential customers up with the best products for them?
Hi, you guys. So if y'all don't know my name, I'm Cheyenne Nickerson. I feel like, just like to answer your question, like the biggest thing I can say is the first thing I do, like whether someone reaches out to me like on a story, just like a post, like a comment, I always send them like the categories of products that we have. And I break it down just like a text replacement message of like 1 through 7, I believe is what it is, like weight loss, skincare, hair growth, energy, like y'all know what products we have. And they just basically reply with a number, and I just kind of go from there. I just want to see like exactly what their goals are with our products, if they want to lose like 80 pounds or just they want to lose like that little bit of like tummy weight that we all have. And I just recommend products based on those goals, send them their results, and then we just kind of go on from there.
I love that so much. What about you, Amy?
Hey everyone, my name is Amy Trin. So for me personally, I really like to get to know my prospects by asking them a lot of questions, like if they work a lot or anything like that. Do they sit down a lot? Do they exercise? Do they drink a lot of water? I feel like that's the best way for me to get to know, like, you know, like the best products that I'll, you know, be able to show them, because if I don't know anything about them, then like I don't know what to offer them at all. So I feel like asking those questions like, do you work? Do you sit down a lot? Do you snack and stuff like that? I feel like that's the best way for me to get to know them as, you know, a prospect.
Hey guys, I'm Stacy. I'm Ambassador Diamond from Vegas. So for me, asking questions about my customers, if somebody comes to me interested and wants to know more about the product, I always ask what their goals are. And it's really important to know what their specific goals are so we can recommend the products accordingly. And this is also why it's really important to be a product of the product so you know what would be best for them. But I ask, you know, simple questions. You know, what are your goals? They go into a little bit, they tell me a little bit, you know, I want to lose 30 pounds. And so I kind of ask when they would like to lose that. When is, in 3 months, how much weight would you like to lose? Do you drink coffee? You know, do you drink a lot of water? Are you active? Those are some questions that I ask as well to get to know which products would be best for them.
So good. And what I love about that, you guys, is that is so simple. And, you know, one thing that I love asking is I ask them just like if they can walk me through what their day-to-day routine is like. And Stacy just touched on that. And the reason this is so important is because you're going to be able to transfer confidence into them about why what you're recommending is such a good fit for them, because now you can tell them literally why, because they've told you what their day is like. So whether someone tells me, oh, I work crazy hours, I'm out the door at 6 a.m. every day, like I'm going to be able to pair them up with products and say, oh my gosh, this is going to be perfect for you. It comes in on-the-go packets. You can mix it wherever you are, in the car, when you get to work. Or maybe they tell me they're a stay-at-home mom of a bunch of little kids like me. If you guys don't know, I have 5 kids. And so I can be like, oh my gosh, this is going to be perfect for you. It's so simple to make. You can mix it first thing in the morning before you get busy with the kids. And so regardless of what you're recommending, if you know a little bit about them, you're going to be able to seal the deal so much simpler because you can tell them why. The other thing, and Stacy touched on this, that I love so much, is asking them how much they want to lose and how fast would they like to lose it. And the reason why is because people like fast results. And so if they tell you, oh, I want to lose, you know,
oh, son of a bitch. Hang on, guys. got kicked out.
Whoever is not muted besides Melissa, can you mute so we can all hear? Thank you.
Thank you.
Descriptive enough, but enough to let them know exactly what the product is, but not sending them every little single piece of information that they don't really need to know about, like the coffee or carb control or TFX, like anything like that. Just kind of being descriptive enough that they know what it is, and like just so they don't get confused or anything. And also, if you don't know what the product is or what it does, utilize your eSuite and product coach. Like those were my best things whenever I got started. Just I could read all the information over the products, like without or Cheyenne Knox is my upline, so without texting her every 5 minutes like what it does, just utilizing those like as much as you can to get those little like one-liners and things like that as well.
That is so good. And I love that you shared your green personality, but you recognize not everybody wants all that info. You know, I think there's two different types of people in the room today. There's some of you who you think you have to know everything before you can start talking to somebody. And so you're delaying, you know, having these conversations and making these connections because you think you need to know more. And then there's the other side where you're so excited to talk to them that you just, information overload them. And I think just finding, the middle is so important, and recognizing that even if you're scared, it's okay. You don't have to know everything. You'll learn as you go. The best way to learn is just to have the conversations. And then whether you're on the other side, keeping it so simple. If a 5-year-old can't understand what you're saying too much. So Amy, what are your favorite one-liners for social just to get people interested? And then your favorite just go-to product descriptions when you're talking to people?
Okay, so for me, I love saying like weight loss coffee, skinny coffee, or like the mocha coffee, and I always like to say the two-day detox drink. I know like a lot of my team, they come to me and they're like, okay, so like what do you guys do? Like what are you doing? And I just tell them like you have to keep it so simple, because people get overwhelmed a lot, especially if you give them a lot of information. They're like, whoa, like that's too much. So for me, like I just like to keep it really simple, and they're like, oh, like that's all you say? I'm like, yeah, because people like to read stuff that's super simple, and I don't know, just not word vomiting, because people are just like, okay, and then they just leave you on scene and they're like, okay, never mind. So I just feel like 2 to 3 words to describe a product that you sell the most is really important.
Hey, okay, so I've lost 40 pounds with the coffee and greens mainly, and so those are my products. I post about them all the time, every morning in my story, I'm talking about them. So as far as that, everyone knows I love the Skinny Mocha, and that's what I say, Skinny Mocha everything. And in my story, I'm talking about the Skinny Mocha. And then when I'm talking, like our eSuite says, it's the little description, I make it short and sweet. The coffee is full of healthy fats, and our greens detox added to it tastes like hot cocoa full of fruits and vegetables and really awesome nutrients that normally you'd be missing. And the thing with conversations, when I'm explaining products, I like to always ask a question after I explain everything, so that way they can respond to me. And I always do ask them if they have questions as well, because you want to keep it short. It's much better to keep it short, ask a question, and then them come with the questions versus giving them all of the information first and just completely word vomiting and making them scared.
No, 100%. Never answer a question that wasn't asked, you guys. So even if you think that they need to know this, wait and let them ask you. Some of my, potential customers, when they come to me, after I've, given them just a quick blurb about the products, told them the pricing with my discount, they're ready to order. They have literally 0 questions. And then some people maybe have 6 or 7 questions. But the thing is you don't know. And so don't make it harder on yourself by, saying too much. Just keep it so simple. And I'm telling you, you're going to find that your conversations just flow so much better. I love just these one-liners that the girls shared. You know, beauty drink, drinkable skincare, skinny mocha. These are things that pique people's curiosity. When they see these on your social, they're going to be so interested. They're going to have to know more. And that's what I'm all about building my business on social media, is I want them to have to come to me. I want to say just enough to pique their interest that then they're in my inbox and they're like, hey, what's that skinny mocha that you're always posting about? So consistency wins the game here, but also just constantly, you know, sharing what you love, sharing what you're using, which we're going to talk about more in a second. But going forward from here, let's talk about upselling. We know that so often, you know, we can make assumptions about what someone can spend. I know for me, some of the potential customers that I have thought would spend the least amount with me actually spend the most. So what are your best tips, Cheyenne, for upselling?
So I think my biggest tip for that is honestly just having personal results. There's really not a product that I don't have at least some type of personal result over. And I feel like being able to share those, like going along with their goals, like if someone is like wanting to lose weight but also grow their hair, like I can just send them my HSN Rex, and that also helps like with your new and getting your shopping spree, just like getting as many products as you can with that is going to help. It's going to help a lot as well. And like what I personally do with our team, like we start with big products and go smaller. So like when I was pushing for triple, I said like triple threat or die, and I made a category for like every product. It was a triple threat. Like there was no negotiation that I was not recommending confidence in these products. And like if someone can't afford it, just go smaller. It's so much easier to like start big and go small than it is to start small and like try to add more as you go. But if you start big with the triple threat, like my favorite is coffee, greens, and celery, and that's what I've personally lost like 20 pounds on. So I can say that, send them my results, and they're so much more enticed to buy that because they've seen exactly what it does like when used consistently and together. So like that's probably my biggest thing for that.
I love that. And I love how you shared that you're pairing the products together, because you guys, our products are designed to complement one another. And so, you know, marketing them that way is going to be so huge for you, and you're going to upsell so seamlessly. For me, whenever I'm talking to people about anything, I upsell the greens. And how I say it is I just say, you know, like after, like, let's say we've talked about, you know, TFX and Fat Fighters, or, you know, coffee and celery or whatever. I'm going to say, okay, awesome. And let's add the greens onto that too. Our greens amplify the results of all of our products, because they, you know, just really just help you, you know, heal your body from the inside out, detoxify your body, and they just give you those full servings of fruits and veggies that you're probably not getting every day. And so whatever, and they're just $1 a day. So just, you know, finding that one product that you're comfortable, it's also good for your customer because they're getting better results. Because now they're using more things together.
Cleanse. I feel like everyone needs a cleanse. So I always say like, hey, look, like, would you want? So I always do that because I just feel like everyone needs a cleanse because not everyone. So I always tell them, you know, like I lost 18
too. Our greens amplify the results of all of our products because they, you know, just really just help you, you know, heal your body from the inside out, detoxify your body, and they just give you those full servings of fruits and veggies that you're probably not getting every day. And so whatever, and they're just $1 a day. So just, you know, finding that one product that you're comfortable, it's also good for your customer because they're getting better results because now they're using more things together.
cleanse. I feel like everyone needs a cleanse. So I always say like, hey, look, like, would you want? So I always do that because I just feel like everyone needs a cleanse because not everyone. So I always tell them, you know, like I lost 18 pounds and I drank the coffee along with.
Yeah, that is. You should definitely try this. What do you think? If they're. Buying it, so we had value.
The Mocha Dreams, and you guys can do that with. I do is I get all their info and I say, okay, include with your order. I can add our committed to the purchase, that keep adding on until they say no. Because I'm telling you, more often than not, to the product. We all know that when you're passionate about a product, you're going to sell so much more of it. And the best way I know to be passionate about Mama 5, I have more energy now and I feel better. Than I did when I just had 1 or 2 kids. And that is something that gets people about that. That's very, that catches their attention. And you can do that whether you have a lot of kids, whether you don't have any kids. Like you can are, in college and you work, and you work, a job, outside of your classes, you're taking a full load, you can post about how, despite taking an 18-hour is like, and start talking about it, getting those results, and you'll find that people just start flocking to you because they want that too. A product of the product really helped amplify your business and helped you enroll more.
So I feel like really for that, like I said, I wanted to lose like 20 pounds after I got started. And so I just started using the products that we know. Coffee and greens. A little bit after that, it's the super gruds and super greens. It just continues all throughout the day. And then I literally use so much of our products every single day. So every time there's either a product going on my face or a product I'm using, it's on my story all the time. And so everyone can see those products, and I just use a little over thing. At the bottom it just says swipe up and say me for more info. And I get so many girls that'll just swipe up and be like, oh my gosh, what's that stuff you're drinking? And I'm like, well, it makes my skin glow. I know you need it too. And it's anything like that. Just I just share the products, that's going to attract so many people to you as well.
That's so good.
So for me, I do have my own result photos too, and then whenever you're talking to someone, especially if it's your friends or family, so if you have your own results, they're going to trust you more because they're going to be like, hey, because you can always use your leaders' result photos or your sideline sisters, and then leaders' photos or your sideline sisters.
I love this question because I'm obsessed with our ambassador, and I'll tell you why. So in October of 2017, I started my health journey. I decided I wanted that. We were like, yeah, we'll start, and then we never do. But I held myself accountable. They held me accountable. I put it out there for me, my every pound lost, every product I did, and we're human, and so I would show them the mistakes I made, and I ate the pizza, but I had the fat fighters, and now we have our carb blockers, which is incredible, but so in March of this year, I planted so many seeds, and those seeds harvested 3 months. I was pushing for ambassador. I mean, it's a year and a half later. I went ambassador. So in this year, March of this year, I planted so many seeds, and those seeds harvested 3 months. I was pushing for ambassador. I mean, it's a year and a half later, I went ambassador, but because of my personal results that I'm sure.
Wild and a little bit crazy, maybe more than a little bit, baby. Oh, and give me a high five.
Schedule panel.
Thanks, product. The product took me ambassador, and everyone asked how did you go ambassador? It's being obsessed with these products and seeing the results and just before and after. All the time, and they still sell. So you guys know that we are all about a call that you've ever had, and so your call to action today is to when you know by the Bills extend. So you get those extra points for the 125 BV. Excited. She just decided she was, going to get her results, and she was going to be consistent. And so journey along the way this month, I'm telling you, even that first week of your journey, you're going to have what I have found too, being a product, you gets better. Your business gets better. You're happier.
Who's having a good time? Sit down. All right, guys. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I know this has been like. This girl and you guys, but I'm gonna turn it over to Danielle.
Yeah, so I'm so all of y'all are doing this panel because you're all high in rollers. And so I'm really excited for y'all to hear their stories. And I know, as Nina said, I think she was the one who said it, fat is a way of overcoming objections, that we all had objections, just kind of how her life was before. For the business, her objections, and even starting the business
ago, which is crazy. I was 20 years old. I was a broke college student. I had just moved up to Michigan, so I literally knew no jobs. So whenever, I mean, it's funny that we're on this panel because I always tell my story to know anybody, and didn't have the $99 to join. I didn't even have money to put gas. Reasons why. Needed to do this because I knew nothing to where we are now. We has paid off $100,000 in debt, built our dream home teams to do the same thing. So that's my story.
But she's so, yeah. Morgan's a red, Leah's a yellow. I'm half red, half yellow. So we have and Ben's
awesome. So hey everyone, my name is Leah and I'm from Quebec, Canada. So I'm French. Years in the business. And I joined because I was working 3 jobs, so I had literally no time, no money. I didn't even know my enroller. I added her on Facebook that day. Quebec, Canada, so I'm French. Years in the business, and I joined because I was working 3 jobs, so I had literally no time, no money. I didn't even know my enroller. I added her on Facebook that day and signed up that night. And this business has done some amazing. I was able to go VIP after conference and then Prez, and that allowed me to come home full time, over $50,000 in debt. I've traveled more than I ever thought.
And like to promote and keep going, we have to talk ourselves into it. Sometimes, but you had
the double diamond. I had lost rank all the way down to Ruby. I would get it back and then lose it again. Not about the business anymore. I didn't think I would keep going, and there's just something that was pulling me to conference. Never thought we would be able to pull in that kind of volume, but we started using Host to Post, and I just got out of this mindset that life was happening to me, and that and it's really when you decide and you really change your mind that you know, you're sick and tired of your situation and you're meant to.
So if all of you watching are going yet, definitely go. And then I'll share just really, I'm always how old am I? And he tells me. But we couldn't talk because he was in Ranger school. They wouldn't even let him have a phone. And he was gone for most of the whole first 4 years of our marriage. And so he basically got his dream job out of the Army, and we always thought like a 9-to-5 is so secure. Well, after he got that 9-to-5, he got fired. And that's when we really had to wake up call in our life of like, we don't know what financial security is. What it and how security. So Ben joined from successful people, and there millionaires today. So they gave us a homework, those things, like I just had no idea. A different company. We decided this is the company. And so I'm really really excited because part of ours, they're poor, and I didn't want to look like I was poor. But like, you didn't start because you didn't have better for y'all to hear what we have planned. About talking really, really huge. And Ben and I were talking before this panel. We decided this is the company. And so I'm really excited because part of ours, they're poor, and I didn't want to look like I was poor. But I'm like, you didn't start because you didn't have better for y'all to hear what we have planned about talking really, really huge. And Ben and I were talking before this panel. These girls both said, money, but like, if you're Ben.
Like, and I don't see any of these.
I just want to say. Talking about objections, who have objections, it's not a problem. Their thoughts and fears about, oh my gosh, you know, they just don't want this. Or
I feel like, like Danielle said, so you need to keep talking. Somebody get into the water when it's Santorini and there's this and so I was still on the boat, and I look back because
It's like it's trying to find its place, I think. On the.
I was already on the other side. It's going to be amazing. You're going to regret it. And Morgan, want to share
confidence in the business, and how do you get single one of them say, well, I've never tried the collagen. About keto coffee, I'm not just like, oh my gosh. Whenever people come to me with an objection, I'm for somebody's like, well, that's a scam. I don't understand, you know? You have a different perspective and wow, like that sucks, you know? So it makes you, it just changed.
So ones that we just want to sort
God, come on. What is going on with this thing?
loyal customers.
Yeah, awesome. So my question, are you
Right. I'm gonna log out of my eSuite and log back in. Maybe we're having trouble because so many people are trying to look at the new product and stuff. Sorry, you guys. Just give me a sec. I can't really understand what the heck they're saying. Keeps getting cut off. Annoying.
I was trying to decide if it was your internet or their streaming.
It's not my internet.
It's not your internet, so they're streaming them. It's kind of like catches in my ears, trying to watch it, kind of listen to it. So I'm like, oh, I need to just buy the ticket to watch it myself.
It keeps like buffering.
Yeah, I see that.
I think it's just because everybody's like streaming
Watching
at
it
the same
at
time.
once.
Yeah, and then they announced a new product and like people
Yeah, so it's like it's not able to handle the overload.
I don't think so. Now let's try it again.
All right.
So my question, are you talking about it like this is the best coffee? Are you excited, like Morgan said, like talking about that coffee with that, a Pinterest picture, coffee and how you've lost, bonus. So I know that the coffee.
Yeah, I love that. Said you try it and you see how top thing. So we're excited about that.
Don't want to do the loyal customer program or the 90-day. Either give somebody same product to them. They get $1 and $150. People tell me they can give it to you, but I just say you'll want to do the 90-day challenge. Use the products longer and more consistently, like 3 times in there. No, you want to do the 90-day challenge. Last one, and most people become a loyal customer. Oh, okay, well that makes sense. So
Just he's actually really good at getting LCs. Of how he did it when we started first. Customers was by actor I went diamond at first, and he that's how we got into it. So he was like, okay, well, I asked them to do something similar to this, but we didn't.
Mary, do you want to check back on that other Zoom that you're watching it from earlier today and see if they're having the same thing going on?
Sure. I'll be back.
Okay, I'm gonna come out of this and come back in and see if that helps. What the heck?
They aren't on at all.
Mm. Hmm. Maybe they're just unplugged for a minute. I got popped up.
I went
on,
looking for lives too. I'm not finding anything.
Okay. Not sure. Okay. Let's just keep trying to see what we can find. Anything. I hate missing it. Who's ready to have some pop-ups? I'm ready to have one for every day of this month. I have 8 in my calendar right now. I'm gonna spend all of Monday filling up my calendar. So, who's on here? Okay, Monday, for those of you that haven't heard me say this, or I know things get lost in the chat because we all get so excited talking to each other. So in case you didn't see it, Monday morning, 10 a.m., I'm doing a training all about one-on-one appointments. Now that we have the pop-up, doing pop-ups, getting in front of people and sampling products is basically the whole training I'm doing on Monday morning. So it's like perfect. I already planned to do that for the team. So I'm going to be giving you guys my best tips that have worked for me over the past 5 years of doing this business. I have also asked Stacy to be on with me Monday morning because she is the queen of sample cash. She makes $200 to $400 monthly sample cash in her business, and she's been also doing one-on-one appointments. And we used to call them parties. We used to call them sip and samples. I guess now we're calling them pop-ups for just as long as I have, if not longer. So she's gonna give us her best tips too. So we're gonna be giving you guys the best of the best stuff that we know works, stuff that we know gets people in your calendar. You know, how to sign up another pop-up from the event you're doing. I've done bridal events, so I'll talk about expos too. I think Stacy's done expos also. But that's how I brought up a lot of my volume in not this summer, but the summer before Katarina was born. I was doing expos, and I was bringing in a lot of volume that way. And I had a lot of girls on the team getting promotions that summer. So I'm going to be talking about that. I know that for some of you, this is going to be new territory and maybe uncomfortable, or you feel like you're not prepared to do it. Just please come with an open mind and a pen and a piece of paper and be willing to try it out, because honestly, I promise you, you will not regret it. It's going to bring up your volume in your business. So I'm going to see if this restarted. Thank you, Mary, for letting me know. Let's try it.
Melissa, you're going to record that,
Read
right?
shark-infested waters of my own life. I've never been particularly any ways to be eaten a shark.
Actions a lot. In my head, I thought that everybody who joins is cute as them. So it was just by seeing tries to overcome objections in her post, see how she does that.
I'm one of those that, yes, it does. So my goal is for them, for example, about the cleanse. Their goals, would you like to drop a few pounds? And just by doing little wording.
Well, 2020, I feel like, and as we So there's the good news and the bad news. Hopefully you guys can hear everyone. We're going to have microphone. My sister in the audience, and you guys. Keep being consistent.
So for objections, it's to like kind of blurb about each color. Amazing community of people who support you. Do that. You have people who are gonna hold really fun to do this, and then I talk and like go against objections that I think are common.
I love that.
All right, drawn to ask Ben this question, but I'm feeling like it.
But I mean, definitely never let it go. Conversation's still going on, and I'm not going to be the one to back away. I want to find out, like, what is it that, like, what is it? Because I know, like I said, somebody is saying no, and
All right, you guys, let's try this other Zoom. It seems like they have a better
do stop and say, you know, not right now, like in
than we
the
are
regular
having
basis,
right
guys.
now. Let's see. Mary, did you put it in the chat? Here, I'm putting it in there in case you don't see it. It's that 618-558-8964 number. Let's hop on there, and I think we'll probably have a little bit.
And what they were
Where we joined, that they said a lot of people say no because is it a no?